I was 12 years old when Uncle Mike moved in with our family in Portland. Uncle Mike was my father's only brother who had just lost his job and gotten divorced. He was lonely, drank too much, and always had horror stories to tell. I loved listening to those stories about his time as a long-haul truck driver and the strange things he encountered on those empty roads. But there was one story that haunted me the most about the midnight caller. It all started when I asked about the old rotary phone in Uncle Mike's room. It was a black dial phone from the 1960s. He always unplugged it before going to sleep. "Why do you always unplug the phone, Uncle Mike?" Uncle Mike looked at me seriously. "Because there's something out there that likes to make phone calls at midnight, kid." He turned off the lights, leaving only moonlight streaming through the window. "The midnight caller," he whispered. "It only calls at exactly midnight. No one knows what it is. Maybe the spirit of someone who died alone, or something worse. But those who answer its call, they never live to tell about it." I swallowed hard. "Why not?" "Don't worry, kid. As long as you remember the rules. Never answer the phone at midnight. If the phone rings exactly 13 times and stops, then it has found you. Unplug it immediately. And if you forget to unplug it and it calls back a second time," Uncle Mike stared straight into my eyes. "Promise me you'll never pick up." For the whole week after that, I had nightmares, dreams of late-night calls, and a cold voice from the other side. Whenever the phone rang at night, I would count the rings, my heart pounding. Fortunately, no call ever rang exactly 13 times. My father discovered I was having nightmares and got angry with Uncle Mike. That night, I heard my parents arguing through the wall. "Do you know what Mike just told the boy, Mary? He said there's a demon making phone calls. The poor kid's been having nightmares all week." Uncle Mike came to my room the next night. This time he didn't tell stories, just sat looking at me with sad eyes. "You know I'd never let anything bad happen to you, right?" I nodded. "The stories I tell are to protect you, kid, but maybe your dad's right. Maybe I went too far." He smiled, but the smile wasn't real. "I'll make sure you're safe. I'll chase that bastard away." A week later, I woke up early to the sound of a phone ringing. The ringing came from Uncle Mike's room and kept going and going. I ran to his room, banged on the door, and shouted, "Uncle Mike!" No one answered. I tried the handle. It wasn't locked. The door opened, and I saw Uncle Mike sitting on the bed back against the headboard, the black phone still ringing in his hands. His blue eyes bulged out, mouth wide open, as if screaming silently. One hand gripped the receiver, pressed to his ear, while the other reached forward as if reaching for something in the darkness. Dad pushed me away before everything descended into chaos. Dad said Uncle Mike died of a heart attack, quick and painless, but I knew better. Now, years later, my wife and children don't understand why I refuse to have a landline in the house, why I only use a cell phone and always turn it off at midnight. They think I'm traumatized from seeing Uncle Mike die, but they don't know the truth. No one would believe me if I told them that the reason I don't use landlines isn't because I'm haunted by Uncle Mike's death. It's because after the paramedics took Uncle Mike away, I snuck back into that room and checked the black phone. When I held the receiver to my ear, I could still hear a voice from the other side. The voice was still talking, and it was calling my name.